Always buying the drinks. Well, welcome to Bowie Castlebank's 1995 conference. And a slight change this year where we have a complete Scottish section. So welcome. I would like to welcome the staff from the laboratory, from head office, from obviously uppermost, if they've survived. Can the two boys from uppermost put their hands up? As expected. They're right. We certainly have some here from the warehouse. Oh, here, no, that's head office still coming in. We have probably 2 to 2.5 hours to 3 hours of participation, a little bit fun, and hopefully a little bit excitement at the end. Notice I said at the end. I would like to see who's here for the first time. Can you put your hands up? Who's here for the first time? Oh, okay. These ones buy the drinks. I was going to ask you to stand, but to be honest, the ones that's going to stand now, the one that's been here every time before. Whoever's been here before. Stand, please. Please. Okay. Can I ask you? No, don't sit down. No, this is where you start working. Okay. Can I ask you, what can you remember of previous business sessions of the conference? I'm the little one at the front. Sorry, you didn't have to stand up. Well, that's a change. Okay. That lady never stands up, especially if she's had a few drinks. So, what I really would ask is, what can you remember? Can you remember maybe winning something at the gala night, if you won a nice prize? No? Can you remember, we'll see the lad from Intercraft firing the gun? Yes. Right? So, remember 2 years ago Mr. Bowie did a speech, can you tell us what it was? So we've all forgotten about Mr. Bowie's speech? Yes. Well, I'm not going to tell you. So, can you now sit down, please? The idea is that's very, very difficult for us doing presentations. When we're trying to do a business presentation, we obviously want you to remember. But obviously, as you've illustrated to us, it's very difficult. And the only thing I remember is I once won a bottle of whiskey. And I never drink whiskey. So that's about the only thing I can remember, plus the gun. And the first conference, in fairness, in Irvine, we had a young gentleman and a young lady dress up. Malcolm dressed up in a doobie box, and Greener, who unfortunately is not now with us, in a space outfit. And basically they're the type of things we try to remember. But again, it's a business part which is crucial to us all. So what we've done this year, we've tried to change things a little bit. We've tried to illustrate a few key points so you can remember it, and it helps us to serve our customers better. So as you see down the programme, and I'll quickly walk over here to see what the programme says. We have rumbled at the cleaners. Okay? So we have a strange effect here. We have a gentleman who has decided to take us to court. So can I hand you to Mr. Presley?
sorry, I can't. No, the reason is I'm worried. I'm really worried this morning because, you see, I'm going to court. Let me tell you the whole story. This morning, I am a dry cleaning customer. Customer who is sick, fed up, trying to get an answer to a dry cleaning complaint. I've had all I can take. I'm going to take the dry cleaner to court. And for good measure, I'm going to sue the manufacturer as well. In fact, here they come now, all together. As Mr. Lowe already said, there is a serious point to this, and we've dressed up to really emphasise the point. So, without further ado, I'd like you to come with me to court and see how I do. Okay?
All rise for Judge No Let-Off, presiding judge in this court today. Please be seated. I am the Right Honourable Judge No Let-Off. I am presiding judge of this court. Would you please introduce yourselves and state your business?
Thank you, Your Honour. President, today I've brought this garment in that has been ruined with a dry cleaner. She is trying to blame the manufacturer, so I've decided to sue them both. Thank you, Your Honour.
Well, Your Honour, my name's Eva Blackhead. And I really believe this whole matter is a complete waste of time because, I mean, look, you've
Order. My name is Zippity Fly. Zippity Fly. And this is the first time I've ever been to court. In fact, this is the first complaint we've ever had.
Right, we all seem to be here. Mr. Presley, would you please step forward and state your case clearly?
Thank you, madam. Ladies and gents, I bought this suit 2 years ago. I only took it into spotless cleaners to have a mark in the cuff dry cleaned. When I got it back, shrunk, the front had all rippled, in fact faded. The only bit that hadn't faded was a mark in the cuff. So when I complained to Mrs. Blackhead, when I found her that place, she told me in no certain terms it was a manufacturing fault. So, true to her word, I went to see Mr. Fly, an apt name by the way. He blamed the cleaning. He said it was cleaned in the wrong type of soap. Now, Your Honour, this coat cost me £793. £793, and it's bloody useless! Not only that, Your Honour, I've got holes in my suede shoes from trying to get an answer to this complaint. I rest my case.
Right, Mr. Presley, can we just get a few things straight? First of all, when you took the garment to spotless cleaners and Mrs. Blackhead, did you explain that there was a mark on the cuff you wanted removed?
Well, no, I didn't, Your Honour. But surely, I took for cleaning, that's enough.
Does that mean you didn't tell the cleaner what caused the mark on the cuff? Did you even give her a clue at all?
Well, no, I didn't.
Did you explain to Mrs. Blackhead that the jacket was part of a three-piece suit?
No, but why should I?
Because if you have a jacket cleaned by itself, it'll almost certainly be a different shade, so you can't expect your suit to match anymore. I must say, Mr. Presley, I'm not very impressed with your performance nor your acting. But anyway, let's proceed. Now then, Mrs. Blackhead, what have you got to say for yourself?
Well, Your Honour, we accepted this jacket in good faith, and it went through our standard cleaning process, and every other garment in the load was all right. And if we had had a problem, Your Honour, there would be more than one jacket ruined. And this is the first complaint we've had for years.
Well, Mrs. Blackhead, you are clearly an expert. I'd like to ask a few questions to see that you actually behaved in an expert manner. Did you inspect the garment at the counter?
No, we don't have that time for that. Have you any idea how many garments we get in on that counter? I will see if you did. No, that's a silly question.
I see, Mrs. Blackhead. Well, can you tell me what information you got from the care label?
Well, Your Honour, I didn't actually look at the care label. That is until the customer got back his jacket with his complaint. It's got a P on it, and that means that we can clean it in Perkley, you know, well, you know what I mean, Your Honour. Actually, the same word.
Could you describe the care label properly, please, Mrs. Blackhead?
Aye, it had a circle with a P in it, and a wee short fat line underneath it.
Ah, you mean a circle P bar, Mrs. Blackhead. I've been reading my notes on this case, and I understand all about these things. Could you tell me exactly what the circle P bar means?
Yes, well, the circle means that it's dry cleanable, and the P means I can clean it in perk, and the wee fat line means that I've got to be careful. In fact, I'm always careful.
I see, Mrs. Blackhead. And did you read the fibre content label?
Yes, Your Honour, it said 50% pure new wool, 30% acrylic, and 20% other fibres. I mean,
Right, Mrs. Blackhead, can you tell this court exactly what precautions you need to take with a garment circle B bar? Can you tell me the precautions you take, please?
well, like I said, it means I've got to be careful. I just gave it a wee 2-minute process. In fact, all my processes are just 2 minutes.
Is that all, Mrs. Blackhead?
Well, yes, Your Honour, what else could there be?
Well, Mrs. Blackhead, it may interest you to know that in the Judge's Guide to Dry Cleaning, it says that a garment labelled circle P bar needs 3 restrictions. And I quote, firstly, if it contains wool, then it is sensitive to moisture and you will get felting shrinkage. And if you don't ensure that the garment is completely dry, and also limit water addition to the system. Secondly, if the fibre content includes acrylic, then it is sensitive to thermal shrinkage, and you must reduce your drying temperature. And thirdly, and apparently the only part you took heed of, is you must reduce mechanical action by shortening the process time, turning the garment inside out, and possibly processing in a net bag. But, Mrs. Blackhead, only this morning I have read a summary of the new international standard that requires you also to reduce your solvent temperature. This is to prevent the possibility of dye bleed and the elimination of sensitive interlinings. I couldn't have said that last night. You have just heard Mr. Presley claim that the jacket had faded and the front rippled, so this would seem to be quite important. I think we should turn to Mr. Fly at this point and see, obviously, what he has to say for himself. Mr. Fly.
I can't really see what I'm doing here. What I heard, it seemed to dry clean it and the customer totally to blame.
I don't think it's as simple as that, Mr. Fly. How many of these garments have you made?
Oh, at least 1,200 dozen, Your Honour. This is the only complaint.
Can you tell us, Mr. Fly, how you arrived at the care label on the garment? What made you put a circle P bar?
Well, that's what I always put. I like everything to be cleaned carefully.
Did you have the garment tested for dry cleanability before it went on sale?
Only made a garment. I'll leave it to the material supplier to do the technical bits.
So, you put a circle P bar on the garment without testing to make sure that the garment could be dry cleaned. I see. Did you actually check that the materials you add to your garments are dry cleanable?
We're only a small firm. Your Honour, we're not technical. Anyway, we've been buying the material for years with no problem.
Tell me, Mr. Fly, do you actually specify on your orders to your material suppliers that you want the fabrics to be dry cleanable?
I never thought of that. But now that you mention it, I promise I will do in the future.
Well, tell me, Mr. Fly, at the very least, do you carry out rub tests with dry cleaning solvent on your dark coloured fabrics to make sure they are dye fast?
I would have thought you'd talk about it. You sure you're not a dry cleaner, Your Honour?
This is a serious matter. It says on the label of the garment, 20% other fibres. What exactly are those?
Yeah, that's 50 pence, I swear, yeah.
Oh no, Mr. Fly, I mean what fibres do they contain?
How the hell would I know? Sorry, Your Honour. If I did know, I'd have written it on the label, wouldn't I?
How do you know they don't contain polypropylene or PVC? Both of those are non-dry cleanable, and even a few percent could make the garment shrink over 15%. Did you know that?
Well, no, Your Honour. You sure you're not a dry cleaner?
And did you also know, Mr. Fly, that if a garment contains more than 10% of fibres, you are supposed to state clearly what those fibres are? The law provides labelling regulations for all garments sold in the UK, and the correct fibre content label forms part of those. If you fail to do this, you're breaking the law, and these laws are made to protect the consumer in the first instance. In this case, knowledge of the other fibres would have been considerable help to Mrs. Blackhead. Now let's turn to the interlining of this jacket. Did you specify to the supplier that it was to be dry cleanable?
Well, no, I didn't, but this wasn't my normal supplier of interlinings. I ran out and had to get some in a hurry. No, the way it is.
Perhaps that might also explain why we have an isolated fault, Mr. Fly. Were you also in a hurry to get the garments out?
Well, Your Honour, I would have been about that time. We had a lot of production problems, and we needed the dosh, you know. Small firm.
Right, Mr. Fly. Tell me how you avoid an interlining failing in dry cleaning.
Oh, I'm not sure what you mean. You sure you're not a dry cleaner?
I mean, Mr. Fly, that there is a specified time, temperature and pressure for bonding the interlining to the outer, and that if you skimp in any one of these, the interlining will ripple on the first, second or third dry cleaning. How often do you check your bonding press?
I'm not sure what checks you mean, Your Honour.
I think, Mr. Fly, I've heard enough. Now then, I propose to sum up. Firstly, Mr. Presley, I must say I'm not at all impressed with your performance. You have done very little to help yourself in this matter. You didn't bother to tell the dry cleaner you had a stain on the sleeve. You didn't take the trouble to tell her what caused the stain, or give her some chance of getting it out. You took a single item from a three-piece suit, so it's hardly surprising you noticed fading when you got it back. So some of the fault must lie with you, Mr. Presley.
I'm gutted, Your Honour.
Now then, Mrs. Blackhead, you set yourself up as a professional dry cleaner, and yet you don't seem capable of handling garments intelligently at the counter. You don't inspect the work that comes in. You don't question the customer as to what caused the staining. You didn't check the care label and the fibre content label before you clean. Even if you did check them, you don't appear to understand what action you need to take with different types of fibres. And even worse, you don't appear to understand correctly exactly what precautions to take when you're faced with a common care label, circle P bar. But I did expect you to be aware of the need to restrict drying temperature, to restrict moisture addition, and to reduce mechanical action, because that has been a British standard since 1963. Not a lot of people know that. A cleaner of your experience should have been able to trot these replies out instantly. You have failed the simplest test, and I seriously doubt your competence to practice.
I'll bring to that, Your Honour.
And now we turn to Mr. Fly. Your own suit a little tight, Mr. Fly? Well, may you wriggle. You have produced a garment for sale to the consumer on which you have done no testing whatsoever. You haven't bothered to specify to your suppliers that you want components to be dry cleanable. You haven't bothered to check that they assemble the garment correctly to ensure that it can be clean. You don't bother to check each bale of fabric that comes into your works. In short, your whole performance is disgraceful. I suspect that half the garments you manufacture will probably give problems in dry cleaning, and I doubt that they would stand any chance of passing the British standard method of testing for dry cleanability.
You tell them, Big Man.
So, here's my verdict. I find the case against Mr. Fly and Mrs. Blackhead entirely proven. And I find them both equally to blame. It is true, the customer could have done more to help himself, but his failure to do so was due more to ignorance and innocence rather than to incompetence. That's a word I've heard used very often. But you are professionals, so-called, and should have acted in a professional manner. I therefore award Mr. Presley the £793 claim to enable him to buy a new three-piece suit. In addition, I award him £1,071 to cover his legal costs, loss of pay to come here today, travelling expenses and inconvenience. Court costs in this matter amount to £1,500, and that excludes the price of lunch. Total costs are £3,364, and you can share that bill between you. I hope as you write your cheques, you will ponder on the lessons learned here today. Not only is it the most expensive suit you have ever got, I hope it is also a well-taken lesson in the need for training and competence. One final point. I think you probably have my sympathy, Mrs. Blackhead, even for wearing it here. Because, with very little effort, you could have avoided coming here today. You are here not because of what you did, but purely because of your lack of knowledge and competence. I'm sure you will now put this right in the future. I'll leave the last word with you, Mr. Presley. Case dismissed.
Well, thanks, Your Honour. There's only one thing I can say.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. A little bit different, but for great expense, we would like to end it by asking Mrs. Bowie to read the moral of the story.
Right, the moral of the story. The skill of the sales assistant in this case could have saved all the problems and cost. By asking the customer questions such as, was the item part of a suit? What is the stain? Has the garment been cleaned before? Were the trims added at a later date? By careful examination at the counter, we could have identified any damage, stains, information from the care label which may be required, and the fibre content of the garment. This information would allow us to use the owner's risk form, give special instructions to the factory or production staff, or refuse the garment, which would of course be our last resort. Finally, we may have been able to offer a more expensive service for cleaning the garment, identify extra charges for stain removal or any garment repairs which may be required, extra opportunities to sell. Time and knowledge will save the company money and make your customer happy. Each unhappy customer tells at least 10 more people about their disappointment. Counter and reception skills are the lifeblood of our company. Thank you. Good morning, Mr. McGlinchey. What can I do for you?
What, you been to the zoo?
No, Mr. McGlinchey. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, hey, now, I've got these here. I would like them developed. They're my granddaughter's wedding, and she's going to Australia in the morning.
Right. If you require...
Well, I want here.
If you require express service, Mr. McGlinchey, you can only have one extra set.
Oh, that'll be fine as long as they're big ones.
You'll be needing this size, Mr. McGlinchey.
What?
The 8.5 by 6. But the finish will be luster.
Oh, that Custer, he was a good
Good morning, Mr. Ryan. I'll be with you in a moment.
I've got a large order for the bowling green and I've won 3 times now.
Well,
The minute you walked in the joint, you were a man of distinction, a real big spender.
try not to keep you waiting too long.
My name's Mrs. Hightower and I'm a very busy lady. How long are you going to be?
See, what can she find out?
Just finish writing this order. I won't be long. Right, Mr. McGlinchey.
All right, Dave.
Here's your tip.
All right,
Your order will be ready any time after 10
Oh,
tomorrow.
smashing, hey, that's smashing, smashing. What, Jesus? Oh, what are you out for, eh? You just come off a ship.
I hope you won't be the one with these garments. I've got 4 garments for cleaning and I believe I get 2 of these free.
That's correct, madam. You get the 2 lowest cost items free.
Oh, well that'll be my skirt, which was £90.
Oh, yeah.
£120.
No, madam. It's the 2 lowest cost items, cleaning items that are free.
Oh,
Right. Here's a £20 note you've left in your pocket.
thank you. I usually keep a small amount of change like that in my pocket, just in case.
Right, I'm just coming, Mrs. Sniper, just coming. Everything
I like the colour.
Everything seems to be fine. Your skirt is air cleaning, so that will be 50p extra. And there's an extra charge for pleating, but that will be at half price. So I'll just write out your order now. Right, Mrs. Hyter, the tickets. Your order will be 7 and 6. And it'll be ready on Wednesday after 4.
Even I can't complain with prices like that. Thank you. Goodbye.
Right.
A little time with me.
Now, Miss Bryant.
I'll just keep you a minute. That's fine, what I'm looking for.
Right, can I help you, Miss Bryant?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Now, my dear. Right.
Okay, we ready now?
So,
Right. Thank you. Right.
now this is lot number 1 and I want 1 and 3 from that one, okay? 2 strips.
Okay. Right. Right. Next.
It's bowling green place, remember?
All right, Miss Bryant. Bowling green, please.
And this is lot number 2 now. I've marked that for you. That's 4 and 6.
Right. That one?
This is lot number 3.
Yeah.
You've been busy, you know, taking photos. Now this is music, that's who gets over Jack doing. That's a wonderful
Wonderful.
So I want that one to be there.
Right, just right.
And that's 1467.
Right,
What is that now, my dear?
Yes, I've got it. 1467. Right, just right. Yes. And here. Right. Just write your order out. Right. Right, your order will be 2 shillings. And bread and 2 tea. Right, no, 5 days.
5 days. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of the week.
Right, Miss
I'm on
Brian.
now to play another game or two.
Okay, now enjoy your day. Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye, Miss Brian.
How many days is a conference on for? Hello, Ed.
Good morning, Mr. McGlinchey.
Hi, hello,
Over here for your order.
Aye.
Got your ticket?
Oh, aye, there you are.
Right, Mr. McGlinchey.
Aye, thanks, sir.
Dear Mr. McGlinchey, I can't seem to find your order.
I heard that.
Right.
I like your head. My eyes happy today.
No, it's all right. Let's phone the lab. Mr. McGlinchey, if you'd like to go on home, I'll call you later and let you know what's happening.
All right,
You're
then.
standing about.
All right,
Now,
then, aye.
take care when you're leaving.
Christ, aye.
Okay,
No problem.
right. Bye.
Bloody old stick.
Point, Irene, good night speaking. Can I help you?
Hello, Irene. It's Catherine Hartman from Shop 1. Can I start, Irene? Order 67672, 2 and 3. They were supposed to be back today.
All right. Hold on a second. I'll just check for you in the computer.
Thank you.
Well, the orders are not showing as having been processed, so that means there's no express sticker on them.
Oh dear. So what we're going to do?
If the customer really needs them urgently, we'll need to physically go into the lab, locate the order, put them through the next batch, but remember, we'll miss the van run back to the shop.
Oh, thanks, Irene. I'll phone my district manager and see if she can help. And Irene, it's Sharon, I'm dead meat. My customer needs his photographs for today. And
Don't tell me you haven't to express
Sharon, I'm really sorry. I did.
Don't be sorry, be careful.
Sharon, listen, the lab said they'll have them ready. Can you please help me?
Oh, aye, so you'll expect me to go, do you know where I am? Have you any idea where I am? I've just arrived at Alexandria. Have you any idea how long that'll take me, lady? That'll take me at least a good 2 hours. So you get on the phone, lady, and you let your customer know.
Right.
And I'll see you when I get there. Bye.
Bye, Sharon. madam here.
All right,
Okay,
smash your
Mr.
head, aye.
McGlinchey, sorry again.
What? Can't hear about my glasses.
Very
Bye.
Hello, Heidi, how you doing?
Oh, hi Sharon.
Did you manage to get that
Mr.
Mr.
McGlinchey.
McGlinchey order? aye?
Sharon, have there been an express sticker on them? There would
Tell
have
me
been a
about it,
problem.
tell me about it, I'll tell you soon I get there. It's dead meat.
Right, cheerio.
Oh, my bloody car won't start! Right, madam. There we go. Look at the mess of this counter.
Well, I was really hassled.
Don't tell me you were hassled. What have I told you?
Well-
You've got papers, you've got invoices, you've got garments not
But
fitted.
these 3 customers and they were just so...
Hello, Hen. Hello. What's that together?
Mr. McGlinchey, here are your pictures.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant.
Right. I'm really sorry for all the trouble.
Oh, I'm not going to bubble, Hen. I can now give these to my daughter before she goes away to
Right,
Australia.
Mr. McGlinchey, sorry again.
Thanks for everything.
Okay,
No
Thanks.
problem.
Oh, yeah, beauty,
Well, I hope you enjoyed our little play. But more importantly, I hope it brought to your notice the need for accuracy, communication and most of all teamwork. The cost to the company for a simple mistake. 4 hours of the district manager's time and 100-mile driving with cost of petrol and risk to the district manager. Telephone costs and lab staff time to find and process the order, and of course, shop staff time aggravation. Okay, the shop made a slight error while being under pressure, but because she communicated well with the lab and district manager, the team came up trumps for the customer. Mr. McGlinchey left our shop, shall we say, somewhat ecstatic. In the end, we were able to satisfy our customer. Therefore, I would say yes, we are the customer's champion.